So I think that week you did how many sales? 60 something.
In the week we did, in 7 days, we went from 35 previous to 69.
Where were you guys at exactly when we started?
14K a month or something around those lines, 12 to 14K. I think our recurring revenue now over the past 3 months has been between 19 and 21. I think this last month was 21 and a half. I think I've had 3 business mentors previously. I won't name who it is, but it was a very high ticket. I spent tens of thousands of pounds on it. I actually ended up with a worse business off the back of that. Didn't think I was going to salvage that at all. In a bad place pretty mentally, to be fair. You helped us combine our organic, like personalized self with systems that would then help reach more people and ultimately drive more sales for us as well. But ultimately, I'd ask yourself the question, what's the bigger risk? Continuing to do it on your own and getting nowhere, or investing in yourself, taking a chance? I think you've got a much better chance of being successful taking that jump. So if you're on the fence about it, whether it's going to be worth it or not, I'm pretty certain it will be.
We got Brad. We've been working with you for, I've looked at it there, it's about 5 months, I think, at this point. I want to hand it over to you. Quickly give me an introduction to yourself, who you work with, and the type of business you have.
So I'm Brad. I own a business online completely. We live in Dubai now. Me and the missus, we co-own a company called Build Better. We primarily focus on like transformation-based coaching, photo shoots, that style of stuff. We've been in the industry for the best part of 9 years now. Had some low times, some hard times, some good times as well. And I came to Jamie realistically because we'd had multiple mentors before and we were successful with it. Ultimately, we got to the point where we felt like we'd maxed out our organic kind of style of lead generation. And we came to Jamie primarily to help us with the systemized style things, also implementing like AI, chatbots, that type of stuff. Just so that we branch out, try and reach more people, make more money ultimately, and just give us more of a systemized and controlled and sort of like predictable income to some degree.
Where were you guys at exactly when we started in terms of client-wise, revenue-wise?
I believe we were somewhere around 12 to 14K, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around that, hovering around just past the kind of 10, 12-ish mark.
Sure.
And first thing we actually did, first big thing we did together was a launch. You had successful launches before. Best one I think was what, 30 something people?
35.
35. So within the space of that 1 week we did a launch. What kind of happened there? How did that actually end up?
Yeah, so we run a group coaching program twice a year in which, we do an 8-week kind of fat loss program that's tailored in a way that lets people get coaching at a cheaper price. And we did that anyway. We'd ran one before, but we wanted Jamie's help. And when we reached out to Jamie, he helped us boost that using different systems and whatnot. I already done it before, hugely through email alone. The difference this time was we implemented more structure with the social medias as well as the automations to back it up.
So we had a pretty structured email approach. We quite a bit of automation in, pretty structured approach on the actual posting in terms of scarcity and urgency and launch and all of that kind of stuff. So I think that week you did how many sales? 60 something.
In the week we did, in 7 days, we went from 35 previous to 69.
Yeah. And then from there, you've ended up upselling a lot of those, I think maybe last month. And where's the revenue at now?
We upsold. That's the kind of the point of doing the group program. Hopefully people see the benefit in it and then they move to the one-to-one. So we did upsell quite a few, and our recurring revenue now over the past 3 months has been between 19 and 21. I think this last month was 21 and a half. The month before was 20. And then the month before was like 19 and a half.
Nice. Okay. What's next for you guys? Where do you see this going halfway through the year at the moment? What's the plan for the end of the year?
We'd like to see it get to 25, but yeah, more than anything, obviously, like the structure of what we've got now is working pretty well. It's just refining it. So obviously just continue to build the one-to-one base as we do. And then just with the launches and whatnot, we're going to do those twice a year, one pre-summer, one pre-Christmas. So just aim to build up the structure and the systems behind them all so that it just continues to grow and grow and grow. And then whether it's towards the end of the year or maybe next year, maybe potentially starting to employ and build it out that way.
I think a lot of people tell us that we're slightly different to other programs or whatever is out there. How would you describe what it is that we do for coaches?
Well, like I said, we've worked. I think I've had 3 business mentors previously, all very different in different ways. The first one, I kind of like beginner based almost, getting you from like the gym floor to 2, 3, 4,000 pound a month, which I seen a good amount of success from, and then moved to a different one. I won't name who it is, but it was a very high ticket. I spent tens of thousands of pounds on it. I actually ended up with a worse business off the back of that because it was very, it didn't feel like me and it felt very generic. So I was down out of luck. Didn't think I was going to salvage that at all, in a bad place pretty mentally, to be fair. Moved to a different one. It was completely the opposite of that. It was very one-to-one approach, very organic, which again, we did see a massive boost in. We managed to get that to where it was beforehand, so like 10 to 12K per month. And we felt at that moment in time that it was, we'd done what we needed to do from like an organic perspective. And that was where you came in. You helped us combine our organic, like personalized self with systems that would then help reach more people and ultimately drive more sales for us as well.
I think last question, advice, anyone sitting on the fence, what would it be to them think about this compared to other things?
Honestly, from my hand-on experience, like sometimes you feel like you don't have the money and it's a risk. But ultimately I'd ask yourself the question, what's the bigger risk? Continuing to do it on your own and getting nowhere, or investing in yourself, taking a chance? I think you've got a much better chance of being successful taking that jump. So if you're on the fence about it and you're going and iron about whether it's going to be worth it or not, I'm pretty certain it will be. And if you don't, you're running the gauntlet there. I think you're risking it more by not taking the leap.
Do appreciate it. Be back. Let's get stuck in to planning out the rest of the year.